Hey everyone, hey Wellness Crew, and welcome to today's session. Today's going to be a little bit different because we're going to be fusing yoga with a couple of different modalities. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to raise up our arms to our sides to be parallel with the ground, and we're going to go ahead and lean to the right and lean to the left. Coming from here, from a little lower than our midline, because our midline is about right here. Moving nice and slow, getting our core warmed up. And what I love about using different modalities with yoga is that they are so easy to intertwine. I was a dancer for many years, and I really enjoy mixing in some of our warm-up dance moves with yoga, and I like incorporating bits of Pilates, bits of just regular functional training. I like mixing it all in together. I think that that's a great way to not only get a little bit stronger, but to also just increase the cardio capacity that maybe sometimes you don't normally get from yoga, depending on what type of yoga you're doing. I also like to mix the different types of yoga that we're doing. Vinyasa is more of a flow, yin is more of holding, and there's a whole bunch of different other types of yoga. This is kind of similar for me to doing hot yoga because I'm here in Texas and it is hot AF. All right, let's go ahead and switch to moonflowers. So we're gonna have our arms in a circular position. We're gonna go ahead lower, hinging from the hips and raising our arms up overhead. Exhaling, inhaling. A lot of times we have a tendency to want to rush this. I know I do. But if you can really try to flow with your breath, slow it down, focus on the muscles that you're using. From here, we're going to widen out our stance just a little bit more. We're going to come into a goblet squat with our hands in prayer position. Engaging our glute muscles, which is our bottom. Feeling that stretch in our inner thighs. As I feel the sweat starting to get ready to drip down my body. It's probably right now only in the 80s, but with the amount of humidity we have here in Texas, oh my goodness. Perfect. We're going to come into a straddle-legged forward fold. And if you can't reach the ground yet, you can go ahead and grab at your elbows. And if you want a little movement, you can sway side to side. It's a really great way to get a more effective stretch in your hamstrings. Relaxing the neck. Coming back into that goblet squat. Oh, just had a pop in my hip. And if you feel any pops, anything like that, as long as it's not painful, it's completely safe. So don't even worry about it. Some of these positions are totally intended to get you into that deep and stretchy position. So oftentimes, if you are able to do this outside, if you are able to do this in the heat, that's really great to able to get you a little bit extra stretchy in a shorter amount of time. Coming back into that straddle-legged forward fold. And again, if you want to grab at your elbows and sway side to side, by all means. And we're going to slowly roll up. Perfect. We're going to get into sun salutations. So we're going to raise our arms up overhead. Swan diving into a forward fold. Coming to halfways. Coming back down. Walking our hands forward into plank. Bending at the elbows to come into hovering, where only the palms of our hands, the balls of our feet, and our toes are in contact with the mat, nothing else. Coming into upward facing dog. Tucking our toes underneath to come into downward facing dog. Stepping our right foot forward to come into a lunge. Bringing our hands back down, stepping that right leg back, bringing the left foot forward to come into the lunge on the left-hand side. Bringing our hands back down to the ground, coming back into downward facing dog. Walking our hands back in towards our toes, forward fold. And slowly rolling up. We're going to go ahead and come into a chair flow. So bringing our arms back, bending at the knees, arms back, bending at the knees. Lifting our arms up overhead, swan diving into a forward fold. Coming up into halfways, back into forward fold. Walking our hands forward into plank. Bending our elbows to come into hovering. Coming into upward facing dog. Tucking our toes underneath to come into downward facing dog. Stepping our right leg forward, coming into a lunge. Bringing our hands back down to the mat, stepping that right leg back, stepping that left foot forward, coming into a lunge. Woo! That humidity is getting me. Bringing our hands back down to the mat, stepping that left leg back, coming back into downward facing dog. Relaxing the neck. Walking those hands in, back towards our feet, forward fold. And slowly rolling up. All right, from here, we're going to bring our hands into prayer position. We're going to bend at our knees. We're going to turn to our left, bringing our right elbow to the outside of our left thigh, right above our knee, aiming to have the palms of our hands in the middle of our chest. Coming back to center and twisting to the right, having our left elbow on the outside of our right thigh, just above the knee. Coming back to center, standing up, reaching our arms up overhead, swan diving into forward fold, coming up into halfways, back into forward fold. Walking our hands out into plank, bending at our elbows to come into hovering, coming into upward facing dog, tucking our toes underneath for downward facing dog. Stepping our left foot forward, we're going to go ahead and bring that left foot behind us. We're going to have it angled to facing perpendicular to our right foot. We're going to bring our right palm down to the mat. We're going to go ahead and bring our left arm straight up above us. If you can, looking towards your left hand. Bringing that arm back down, bringing our hands to either side of our foot. We're going to go ahead, come back into downward facing dog. Stepping our left foot forward, bringing our right foot angled, straightening out that left leg, bringing our left palm down to the ground, bringing our right arm straight up above us. Bringing our palms to either side of our feet, stepping back into plank, into downward facing dog. Going ahead, bringing our knees to the mat, flattening the top of our feet onto the mat. We're going to go ahead and bring our hands into a fist, coming into a backward bend. Keeping our hips over our knees, we're going to go ahead, extend that left arm forward. We're going to bring our right arm underneath, bringing the side of our head to the mat. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. We're going to go ahead and get into tabletop. We're going to extend our right arm out as well as our left leg. Now we're going to bring our arm and our legs straight out, and we're going to bend them to the opposite sides. Switching arm and leg. We're going to go ahead, extend that right arm leg out, bending our knee and our elbow to the side. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and come onto our side, having our hand cradling our head. We're going to bend our knees. Then we're going to go ahead, straighten out our leg, kick up the top, lowering that top leg, bending the knees again. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. So cradling the left side of our head with our left arm, bending our knees, kicking the top leg up, extending the left leg forward. Make sure you have some power behind it. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and come into a supine position, which all that means is we're going to lay down. We're going to keep our knees bent. We're going to have our arms slightly above the mat. We're going to slowly roll up halfways and roll back down. We're going to bring our palms and our arms to the mat. We're going to go ahead, extend our legs out just a little bit more. We're going to be on our heels. We're going to lift up our legs and lower them back down. All right, bringing the soles of our feet back to the mat, having our arms hovering above the mat and going into that half roll up. Bringing our arms and our palms to the mat. We're going to go ahead and extend our legs out just a little bit, coming on to our heels and lifting up and lowering. Keeping our lower back in contact with the mat at all times. Bringing the soles of our feet back to the mat, having our arms hovering above the mat, coming into those half roll-ups. Bringing our palms and arms to the mat, extending our legs out just a bit, having our heels on the mat. We're going to go ahead and raise up our legs and lower them back down, making sure that our lower back is staying in contact with the mat at all times. Perfect. We're going to bring the soles of our feet back down to the mat. We're going to go ahead and go into a bridge flow. So we're going to lift up our hips and let them come back down to the mat. We're going to bring our heels in just slightly. We're going to go ahead and come up onto our toes as soon as we lift our hips up. Taking a few deep breaths. We're going to run through that bridge flow just one more time. So going ahead, lifting up our hips and bringing them back down. Bringing our heels in just a little bit closer towards our bottom. We're going to go ahead and as we lift our hips up, we're going to come onto our toes. Perfect. We're going to bring our right ankle to below our left knee. We're going to interlace our fingers behind our left thigh, pulling in. Switching sides. We're going to go ahead and come into happy baby. So we're going to open up our legs. We're going to grab at our big toe with our second and middle fingers, bringing our knees in towards our armpits. Nice deep breaths. We're going to release. We're going to go ahead and extend our legs. We're going to come up a little bit, coming onto our elbows. And we're going to come back with our neck. Slowly lifting our neck, we're going to go ahead and come back into that supine position. We're going to go ahead and separate our feet away from each other. We're going to relax, having our palms facing the sky. We're going to take a few deep breaths for Shavasana. Finding gratitude towards yourself for engaging in today's practice. Finding something to be grateful for outside of yourself. And keeping that in mind. Imagining each inhale as cleansing and each exhale as detoxifying. letting go of all pressure to be perfect, accepting your progress, accepting that you are enough, accepting that what you're doing is exactly what you're supposed to be doing, accepting that you are beautiful exactly as you are, and also accepting that change is inevitable and is natural and is just a part of life. We're going to go ahead and roll on to our side. Coming up. Woo, there's some sweat stains on my mat. Like I said, it is definitely humid here in Texas. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and or join one of the membership tiers as it is popping off with content. And I will see you on the next video or live stream. Be well, stay wild as well.